Imagine if a national government tried to act as the ultimate truth police, deciding what you could or couldn't say in your own community. Our system is built to prevent that. Think of your state as a local town square. It has its own unique assets, like a local garden representing state legal cannabis, and the square itself, where neighbors gather to share ideas. Your community makes the rules for its own space. To keep that local control, the Constitution uses a shield known as the 11th Amendment. This shield provides sovereign immunity. It means the federal government can't easily drag your state government into a federal court to strike down the local laws your community voted for. This structural barrier is the reason local communities retain the final word over their own laws and their own voices. We saw this system in action recently, when the federal government attempted to dictate specific narratives on social media platforms. Federal agencies applied significant pressure to private companies, urging them to silence users who held dissenting views on public policy. But because of our legal structure, federal courts eventually ruled that the government cannot legally strong-arm these platforms into censoring citizens. Free speech survived this test because our system is designed to keep power divided across different firewalls. But now there's a new approach. Politicians have developed a way to bypass that constitutional shield without having to rewrite the actual rules. It's found in a proposal called Senate Bill 4879, also known as the Let Doctors Provide Reproductive Health Care Act. The bill is led by Senator Elizabeth Warren and her co-sponsor in the Senate, Senator Edward Markey. While the bill is framed as a way to protect healthcare, its internal instructions create a pathway to dismantle the state shield from the inside out. Inside Section 3A of the bill, lawmakers utilize the Commerce Clause. By framing local medical services as interstate commerce, the bill gives the federal government supreme authority over those procedures, even if they happen entirely within your state. Then, Section 3B adds a mechanism called a private right of action. This gives out-of-state private citizens the power to bypass local state courts entirely. It allows these private entities to sue state governments directly in federal court, moving the power to decide local laws into the hands of a single federal judge. Combining these two clauses creates a loophole. It uses a federal law to switch off the 11th Amendment shield without ever needing to change the Constitution. When that state shield shatters, the local community is left exposed. This could quickly affect other local rights. For example, a future administration could use this same loophole to override state-level cannabis laws, forcing local businesses to follow strict federal medical rules or face lawsuits in federal court. The danger moves beyond commerce. If a state can be sued in federal court for its local services, it can also be sued for its local information. By removing the state's immunity, the federal government can use the threat of constant lawsuits and mandatory legal fees to force local boards and universities to follow a centralized narrative. In this way, a legal loophole built to protect healthcare becomes the mechanism used to dismantle the protections that keep your local speech and local laws safe. We can already see how this might look. A future administration could pass a Federal Truth in Public Health Act. Using the precedent set by this bill, private groups could sue your local state medical board in federal court for allowing doctors to speak freely. Faced with the cost of these federal lawsuits, the state would be forced to comply with Washington standards. This structural shift doesn't favor any one political party. Once the store is opened, it stays open for whoever takes power next. Senate Bill 4879 is a backdoor designed to permanently dissolve local firewalls, leaving our most basic rights without their constitutional shield.